Welcome to Wiretapped Truths. My name is Jesse Perez. I'm joined by Mr. Wiretapped Truths, Leland. So we're gonna do an episode today. Jack had to cancel last minute, had something come up, but me and Leland were on the stream, and we're like, "You want to do a random episode?" He's like, "Let's go for it." And so we try to very last minute, but the show is like so well in our mind. We're like, "What's the 10 most legendary scenes?" We feel is like legendary. You guys could tell us your opinion. We even took out our favorites. We're like, well, we can't use this one because it's our favorite. We got to go legendary, like fan favorites. So we composed a last minute 10 best scene list. I think we did a good job at it,
Yep.
and you'll let us know. But this is going to be a fun episode.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Miss Donna Adrian Gibson, I got to give her a shout out.
Always.
The executive producer of the show, she Lila, man, I got to tell you what happened yesterday, right? So at 5:00, she texts me, "Where's today's episode?" She's on us, man. So I'm like, it's coming. And then she goes, "Okay." And then she sends me right away, the Chesapeake Bay is what Frank is looking into.
She is not only the unnamed executive producer of this show, she's quite possibly our biggest fan.
Yeah.
Like that woman is. Shout out to Miss Donna Adrian Gibson. She's such a one of the sweetest women and people I've ever met in my life. Like she's unbelievable.
I was going to leave it as a surprise for today's show. I was going to tell you and Jack that, and I'll mention it now. So, do you know episode 12 when Poot has that girl call
for Wallace?
For Wallace?
Yep.
That's Miss Donna's daughter.
What? Damn! What?
And they needed a girl. They needed a girl for the shoot, and David Simon told her she's too pretty, and Miss Donna said, "What? There's not no pretty girls in the hood." Case closed.
Wow. Miss Donna, she has her footprints and her handprints all over this show, man. It's unbelievable. The show and the podcast.
So she got her daughter a T-shirt made of that scene.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants our sizes because she's gonna send us those T-shirts.
Oh, that's love. Okay, that's love, man. Miss Donna, that woman.
So we just
that woman. I'm so glad we got to meet her before the holidays because we're gonna show her so much love, man. That woman is unbelievable. She's such an unbelievable spirit, man.
Gotta shout out the executive producer of the show. So Leon, go ahead, introduce yourself, man. I just wanted to surprise you with those facts. I thought those were
that's beautiful.
Fun.
Shout out to Miss Donna. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of your love, Miss Donna. My name is Leland Edmond. I am Mr. Wiretapped Truths, as my team has deemed me. We are approaching one of our goals that we set out to do, which was 100,000 views in 6 months. So we're nearing there. So it's been an unbelievable journey. We're just so thankful, so grateful for where the podcast is, what it's turned into, what we're bringing you, stuff like this. That's just random episodes just to show how dedicated we are to this craft and to this show, and just being a part of the Wire footprint and hoping the legacy lives on forever. Not just through us, but from the whole Wire world. Rabbit fans that are nationwide, worldwide. We're just glad to be a part of it. So today, like the host said, our leader, Mr. Jesse Perez, JP, we are going to bring you all 10 wonderful, legendary scenes that aren't necessarily our favorites, but if you're a true fan of The Wire, I guarantee you all of these scenes are going to resonate with you. You're going to be like, damn, they're right. That's definitely a scene. Legendary.
I also want to say to that too. We're not. Don't get on us like you forgot this scene. You forgot. Trust me, we know all the scenes. But you know what? Keep this in mind. Do you think it's a good list? There you go.
That's what we want from you all. Is this a good list?
It's almost like composing those lists of the favorite rappers, and then you always see people say, "You missed this person. You missed." No, is it a good list? That's all.
Yeah. Speaking of that too, just listen stuff I saw on your TikTok yesterday. I think it was a Jay-Z song, I think. And over the last week, they've been trying to say, like, is there anybody that could go toe-to-toe
Oh yeah.
with Jay-Z on a versus stage?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, bro. Like, I don't think so.
And there's people that say Eminem, and as big as an Eminem fan as I am, Eminem doesn't have the songs.
Yeah.
It's the 20 best songs.
Right,
I think
right.
Eminem's
And
better lyrically, but
the 20 best Jay-Z songs are, come on now.
I will say this though, Eminem on a versus when Lose Yourself plays.
Yeah, that's
That's an automatic win.
He won an Oscar for that, bro. He won a whole Oscar for that
Yeah.
song, bro. That is crazy. That's crazy.
But I don't think anybody could see Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Some of Jay-Z's 20. Come on now. I mean, I don't know. But that's probably a conversation off camera that we'll have. But yeah,
maybe we could start a hip hop podcast one day.
Man, bro, I'd be with that. I mean, we don't really chop it up like that, but I know you a hip hop enthusiast, obviously, coming from the battle rap scene, and I am a music savant. Like, if I could show you some of the stuff that's in my playlist out, even outside of hip hop, you'd be like, how? Why? Where did you come across Red Hot Chili Peppers at your point in your life, Leland? Where did that come from? It's that might be something we should chop it up about, bro. Because I know when we wrap up this Wire podcast, I know we got some other ideas for kind of what we want to keep doing, whether it's movies or maybe jumping right into the Breaking Bad world, or I don't know. So we'll figure that out. But today, we're going to give y'all these top 10 legendary scenes. Please let us know what y'all think. If there's one or two that you feel like we should have done, or, one or two you would have liked to see, just let us know in the comments, man. We appreciate it. All right. Let's see where we're going to start out at. I say we start with Stringer and Avon scenes. We're going to do two scenes and call this one because they're kind of the same season and same kind of energy. But it's from when Avon and Stringer fight, when Avon finds out from Stringer that he killed D'Angelo. And then the scene where they're on the rooftop reminiscing. So we're going to bunch those two together into one legendary scene, a few scenes. So yeah, do you think that is the most intense scene of the show, them fighting?
1,000%. Avon and String, this is when they start. This is when the relationship breaks apart. They still fake it for a little bit, but this is the end of the relationship. When String says there's a body that had to. Funny part is, String didn't snatch the body. He gave an order to snatch the body.
And we talked about that a few, like, it's back in season 1. You think for sure Avon was saying, like, well, you haven't really killed nobody yourself, like, kind of thing. Like,
I mean, we got to think String has given an order before, right?
For sure, right?
So String just wants to take credit for killing D'Angelo, though. He's like, I want you to, and I think he thinks Avon thinks he's soft. So he's like, oh, well, I took your nephew. How about that?
You think I'm not? If you think I'm not built for this shit, I'm not built for this business. Well, I was built for this business enough to take out your nephew who was turning on us. And I took that note down for the recap that we were gonna do today. Bro, him talking to D'Angelo's son, like,
cold-blooded, cold-blooded.
Bro, like, I'm like, what, bro? Like, I was, man, it was really chilling when I was reading as many times I've seen it. Last night when I was taking my notes, I'm like, man, this is cold. This is so cold. It's calculated and so cold, bro. Like, but I think you're right. When they were fighting too, it sounds like Idris Elba slightly came out of his accent.
Yeah.
Because it was
they
so
say
intense.
that. Oh, I saw it in the Power 105 interview. They said Idris lets it slip when he's angry.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I saw the, and I'm glad they didn't cut out the little slippage, but the little spit when it came out his mouth. Yeah. I'm glad they didn't cut that out either. Like, it just shows how intense that scene was. Like, I don't know if it was more than one take. I can't imagine. Maybe, but that scene is one of them. And then, like, another thing that just shows the Wire's genius. After Avon stands up, and then they're separated, is symbolistic of their separation moving forward too. Like they're looking at each other from across the room, kind of thing, and it ends with them on opposite sides of the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of symbolic to what they were thinking in that season too. Like that's a legendary scene.
Avon picks apart Stringer perfectly. I look at you, I see a man without a country.
Yeah, nah, it was
not
it
hard
was
enough for this
deep.
bracket.
It was
Not
deep.
smart enough for them out there.
Like, all you see is money. You're not even seeing what's really out here. All you see is green. I believe red.
I can't believe there's some people that like Stringer more than Avon. I can't see it.
It's, you know what it is, bro? It's because he was, yes, I'm a drug dealer, but I'm also a real estate developer. I'm also a college student. I'm also the one that puts all of this stuff together, who launders all of this money. It's the other stuff as to why people like, oh man, Stringer Bell, he's a multifaceted drug dealer. You know, that's why. But you know, Jack hates Stringer.
Yeah. I'm not a
Stringer
big
at all.
I'm not a big Stringer guy. I think the attraction to Avon is I'm just a gangster, I suppose. You know that whole. And then which leads us to their goodbye, and it's like two friends saying goodbye, man. With that scene when they reminisce, I feel like I was at that mall with them.
Yeah,
I feel
facts,
like
bro.
like yo, the acting is so good, man.
Bro, you feel it, bro. You feel it, because us as the audience, we both kind of know. We don't know exactly yet that Avon is planning to set up Stringer to die. Like, we kind of, Brother Muzon came in the barbershop and kind of told him, like, hey, look, you're going to have to serve up your man or it's going to be you, kind of thing. Like, he kind of gave him an ultimatum. So we saw that, but we knew for a fact that Stringer was setting up Avon to go to jail, like when they were reminiscing, you know. So it's just that scene with them, man, and then when they hug each other, like, it's like, fuck, man, I know.
Feel like
I'm about to slime you out. I know it. Like, you know.
Well, I feel like there's a part of both of them that kind of want to tell the other one too.
Yeah, now they do. And Stringer, for sure, he even told Colvin, like, bro, please try to keep it to 5, bro. That's my brother. Like, please, like, if you can keep it just at 5 years, you know. And Colvin was like, well, shit, it's gonna be 5 years at least. Fuck you talking about? You know, shit.
And then the perfect ending to it. And I just got to mention it because it just coincides with that whole storyline. The Omar, your man gave you up, and the look of Stringer's face, and then McNulty, Reed, who gave you up.
It all circles back. Yeah. No, that's definitely two legendary scenes in one. Yeah, so we'll call it the Avon Stringer scene pack as our first one. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go. Let's go back to season 1. And I know a lot of people, they would probably kill us if we didn't have this one on there, is the chess scene where D'Angelo is teaching Bodie and Wallace about chess. Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, this made TV Guide's best scenes of all time as soon as it came out.
Wow.
It was and the breakdown of comparing the chess game to the drug dealing game. And the way D'Angelo breaks it down, like, nah, bro, like, think about it. The stash be moving. Yeah. And then Brody, like,
yeah, you're right.
And then, you know, Wallace is like, oh, kind of like your uncle. And the whole absurdity of them playing checkers on a chessboard.
On a chessboard. With chess pieces.
It was funny. Like, D'Angelo's like, wait, what are you doing? The queen don't move like that. He's like,
and what Bodie say, man, we ain't got no checkers. Shit.
I do say I don't play chess that much. I know how to move the pieces, but once you play chess, it's kind of hard to go back to checkers.
I've heard that before. My dad played chess. I've heard that before. I never learned it. I never picked it up. Like, I never even tried to. But it's a thinker's game, though. I know that.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have the patience to sit there and think. So I could do good for a little bit, and then I'll give up way too easy. I'll be like, you got me. We're over. So, but I love the way D'Angelo played it. I explained it, man, and you know, because you know, he said, you know, the king stay the king. I like that line, and you know, the queen. So the queen, what D'Angelo said is true. The queen could move everywhere. queen has the most power, and then but the king only moves once. But the king is always protected, and we see Avon always. Even Stringer says we're going to build a wall around you.
Facts.
Oh, that might be related to the chess scene. I didn't even think about that. When he said we're gonna build a wall around you. We're not gonna let nobody touch you. So
Damn, because the king only moves one spot.
yeah, the king can only move once, but you have to point of the king game is that you have to checkmate the king where the king can't move nowhere without you getting to him.
Oh, okay.
So you have
Got
to
it.
one of them, and the pawns you're ready to risk them. So they're like hoppers in the game, and I like the way that they go back to it in season 4 where when Bodhi's like we're like those little pieces on the
Like the
chessboard,
little bitches on the chessboard, man.
and Bodhi. It's funny though because people say Bodhi was the smart ass pawn, which he was, but he's not the one that makes it to the end. Pook is the pawn that makes it to the end. So
Yep. He get out. He make it out.
he makes it out.
He definitely make it out. Okay, good shit now. All right, so let's see. Let's stick. We're gonna stick to season 1, and we're gonna go to Omar and Weebay's first shootout when he kills Stinkum with the hey now, you know,
And
and
most
the
badass
legendary line.
legend.
Is it the most legendary line in the show? It might be. If we were ranking just one-liners, yeah, you come at the king, you best not miss. That they say that on ESPN sometimes, bro. Like,
Yeah,
that's a legendary line, like in a legendary scene, bro.
it guaranteed Omar is the man. This
Sure.
is where Omar was the man. What you want to talk a little more about the scene?
Yeah, for sure. So just Omar approaching this is why this scene to me is so legendary too. So like we don't see it on camera, but if Omar is watching them from when they burn the van down, like he follows them all the way from there and then waits and then smokes them both. Like that's how I'm perceiving it. Like that's what he used to do. We didn't see it on camera. Him, when they were burning his van down and then him starting to pursue them, but I'm assuming that's how it worked. He started following them when they burned the van down, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely. He on the whole hey now, and then the shootout with Weebay, and then when the Weebay's whole like just like what the hell's going on when he starts whistling. He's like, listen here, babe, you come at the king, you best not miss.
You best
Epic.
not miss, bro. You best not miss, man. Legendary scene. Could easily be the most legendary scene in the show, and probably for sure the most legendary one line in the show. Maybe. Like it's up there. We're able to do what's the best one-liners of the show. That one will probably be up there for sure. And that will lead me into this next one, which is another legendary one-liner and legendary scene when Marlo and the crew get popped and they are in jail and they are basically telling him like, well, who the fuck could have read it? Who the fuck could have told what was going on? We know it ain't Snoop, so who else could it be? And Munch is like, could it be Michael? Kind of thing. Oh no, Cheese says, what about you, young and Michael? And Chris was like, man, I did the job for him. Why would he tell about it and put himself in? So that probably is that's definitely a good one. Is the my name is my name kind of thing. Let's see. And I also feel like trying to see. Oh, you stepped out? You stepped outside, bro? That sun gleaming.
Yeah, stepped outside. It got a little noisy at the house. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh no, I ain't even hear it, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't even hear it. But I was just talking about my name is my name thing.
Yeah, man, my name is my name. Freaking,
Iconic.
the that might be one of the best line in the series.
Yeah, no, for
My name
sure.
is my name. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
and just Marlo saying, "What? He called me out by my name. What do you say about me? I'm a punk."
He was
And that
shocked, bro.
Chris, that whole crew. Chris's instant like shit. Snoop like ratting. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like that too.
Come
He
back
like,
to
we
me
got me
when.
fucked up.
Yeah. He's like, come back to me when you're serious.
Right.
And then the whole Monk like, yo, he's been throwing out a whole lot of talk, bad talk. He's like what? And you know, it finally comes to Marlo, right? That Michael's been saying this whole like why Junebug and his people had to get shot.
Yeah. And then
Why
Omar been popping off. Omar been he been dragging his name through the dirt.
right. And Michael had a point. I loved when Michael said, not to another scene, but all these scenes come into each other. When Michael's like telling Chris and Snoop, like, Omar out here calling him bitch every damn day.
Why
Like,
wouldn't
what
you?
the
Why
hell?
wouldn't you tell Marlo? But I
Why?
guess
Yeah,
I
why
guess
don't
for
you tell
them,
him?
I guess they're thinking, just going back to the chess reference, if Marlo's supposed to be the king, if Omar is calling him out his name, if they know Marlo, they know he'll probably get out there and try to get active. Like, like if he had known Omar was really dragging his name through the dirt, like he knew they were hunting, he knew they were fighting. I don't know if he was if he was aware. It don't sound like it because how he snapped. And Omar and Marlo never raises his voice either. Like he don't
Yeah,
ever raise
yeah.
his voice in the whole series ever, except for that scene. That's the only.
That
That's
was
the only scene.
that was the epic part about it too, right? That whole
Yep.
like yeah, the
The
fact that
emotion
Marlo
behind it.
actually got the fact that Marlo actually got pissed and he was like, what? What you know about what I need in my mind, motherfucker? Like,
Motherfucker. Yeah. Nah, he
and
snapped on
he
him.
called Chris
And
he snapped on Chris, bro. I was like surprised.
what's crazy about that too, bro? When it's a scene in season 5 before they kill Prop Joe. It's because Prop Joe is still alive. I think it's the first episode of season 5, and they're in the co-op meeting, or it might be the second episode or something. And the people they're talking about real estate, they like, I'm about to buy these vacants and snatch up as many vacants as I can, and then I'm a wait, hold them, and then they're gonna come and they're gonna pay me for them, And then Hungry Man was like, "There you go, getting some property like a real boss." And then he started talking about somebody else. And Marlo was like, "Motherfuckers, shut the fuck up," like kind of thing. That was another one of his few kind of. Yeah, I'm not so
Yeah,
even.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so even killed right now. Like, I need y'all to shut the fuck up. I'm ready to go. Like, kind of thing. Like that was, that was another scene where his emotions kind of like elevated a little bit, but not as much as he said, "My name is my name." It wasn't. He didn't get that intense, but
And,
you know.
and there was a phone number going around at the time that you could call and you would hear
Mm-hmm.
Marlo's whole speech.
Damn.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the
Nah, that's
Wire put
dope.
out a phone number, and if you called it, you would hear Marlo's whole "My name is my name" speech. My name is my name is, you know, and I've heard a lot of people compare it, the differences between the Greek and Marlo with
Mm-hmm.
the "I'm not even Greek" to "My name is my name." Like the Greek don't want you knowing his name,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Marlo
that's
lives
no,
for
that's
you to
that's
know it.
different. I told you, like, the Greek organization, and maybe that's a concept for another one of our random episodes to break down the Greeks organization. Because last night, when I was doing the breakdown and taking my notes, hold on, let me just read it to you real quick, bro. Because I was like, bro, how the fuck big was this organization, bro? The Greeks said, hold on, let's see. A dead end. Which one was it? Double his fee, let the money talk. I think it was that one. Double the fee and let the money talk. He said, ease my mind, double the fee, let the money talk. And then it was triple the fee, let the money talk. Like, bro, the Greeks were, bro, they were not bullshitting, bro. Like, for people that don't like season 2, if nothing else, you
Nah,
have to fuck with the Greeks. you gotta give it to them.
Right.
Like they were knee deep into some shit. Like I said, I know a few people that can get a lot of shit done. I don't know anybody in my phone that can get another passport with another name in it. Like I can get a lot of shit done,
Yeah.
as you know, Jesse. I don't know a lot of people that I can call to be like, hey, look, I'm about to skip the country. Make me a passport with a fake name. You know what I'm saying? Granted, that is highly illegal. I would never do that. But just saying, I don't know nobody that I could even remotely even inquire about something like that. Like, so the Greeks were legendary. They're a legendary group, man. And we'll go.
Greeks
What
were
we'll
back.
do? We'll take the Greeks into the next scene, which will be unveiling of who I think is the season 2 MVP, unveiling Frank's body to everybody at the docks.
So
Very,
this is
very,
Mr. Perry's favorite scene.
yep,
Um, as we interviewed him, he let us know. Um, the thing I loved about this scene too is that like they gave Frank his credit. They said he fought back.
yep,
You could tell by the marks because Frank ain't going out like no
yep.
sucker.
Ain't no
And you just
bitch
love
now.
Frank.
I ain't, he was fighting 3
Yeah,
of them. It was like they had that big ass tall bodyguard there down there at the end too. Like when the scene where you see
yeah,
him
yeah.
walking down, and they got it's the Greek and it's Spiros, and then they got the 2 bodyguards. One of them bodyguards, he got to be 6'9", or so he tall as shit. So Frank, he went out swinging in, bro. He ain't go out like no simp, nobody weak at all. He said, "You ain't about to punk me." I love that
And
scene because
the look on the workers' faces too. Like you could tell they all love Frank and they all
that's what
have
I'm about.
respect
That's what
for
I was about to say, bro. That's exactly what I was about to say, bro. She's heartbroken. Okay, she can't believe it. Okay, Nick is he ready to go to war. He's ready to go. He's ready to crash out on the Greeks. And then you can just see all of the other workers' faces. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even Valchek when Daniels was talking to him, he was like, "Damn, I almost feel sorry for the son of a bitch." Like it was Frank was
He
he was
was loved.
doing
He was
wrong
loved.
shit. You're right, bro.
Well, he
He
told
was
Beatty. He said, "Have you ever done the wrong shit for the right reason?" Like, and Beatty's
exactly, bro.
heartbroken. Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Um,
I don't justify it, but he was doing it he was literally doing all that illegal shit so that everybody under him could have more work. Like I'm like, yeah, that's commendable. You was into some shit, you was doing some trafficking and shit, but you were doing it for the right reasons, bro. You one of the few people in the wire that was really I had a different goal to my illegal activity that I'm trying to do. So that was definitely a touching scene right there, man.
and
And
he didn't give people time that didn't need to. Like, he played by the rules on that. Like,
yep,
the seniority came first on job.
yep,
Like, even though Nicky was his nephew, Ziggy was his son. He's like, look, I can't give you the hours. It's gonna look like favoritism.
yep. He was solid, man. He stood on solid principles. When we first started the podcast, Jack said that he was one of his favorite characters before we even got to season
Yeah,
2. He mentioned Frank
yeah.
Zabaka, and he's definitely to me the MVP of season 2. Like it's not
And
even.
didn't you mention to me that there's no union at the end because they kind of said one one union, one president. They refused
Yep,
to vote on another
they
president.
close it down. They close it down. They still vote him in. They still give him the votes at the end when he's
That's all.
passed. Right?
Yeah.
They like, you know, one man, one vote. Let's stick to our guy, and he was solid, man. Frank was solid. Frank was solid. I don't know, rewatching it and doing our recaps. I don't know how you can, if you just leave season 2 out of it. Why you don't like season 2? You don't like the dogs. It's not season 1. How you not like Frank? Like how even when the cops had him, he was popping his shit to the cops. He was like, "I want to fucking help me. We've been down in this bitch dying for decades. What the fuck you talking about? Help me." And then when his lawyers were talking to him, he was like, "Look, I ain't say shit to them suits. All right, period. Like I ain't say shit to the suits. So Frank was solid, man. Frank was definitely solid, man. So let's see. We'll go. Well, I think I see where how we're gonna finish. So we're good. Let's do Kima getting shot as the next one, which I
Uh,
think
yeah.
we both think the moment and then the episode that follows is probably one of the most important moments, and then the episode that follows is probably one of the most important episodes.
Yeah, I think the episode that comes after is the better episode. You know, with
Yep,
McNulty having a down in the hospital and everybody.
the
Um,
aftermath.
but the scene itself is the best scene in the fact that he's like something's wrong here. You know, like why? And Orlando didn't even realize. He's like, oh, the hoppers they be moving the signs around, like, and Kima knows instantly. No, something's wrong here. You know,
We in the back of this
and
alley. What the fuck? What's going
if we ever
on?
get
Like,
David Simon or Sandra Son on, we could get the full answer. But Kima was supposed to die, and that
yep.
she was, which I I love Sandra Son, and I'm glad Kima's there. Kima's one of my favorites. It would have been interesting to see the death of a cop on the
Bro,
show and how it was played out throughout the series.
I cannot imagine. And so I'm trying to take my bias and love for Kima out of it as a character, because I love her as a character. Like, I hate that she snitched on McNulty at the end, but she kind of had to. I get it. I ain't mad at her for that. But
Yeah,
just
I thought that
thinking
was a
about,
convenient ending. But yeah,
you said
I
what you
don't
feel
think
like.
her
What?
character. I thought that was done out of convenience. I mean, I know she always plays by the rules, but I don't. I think she values friendship a lot. I couldn't see the real. I couldn't see Kima doing that. I don't know.
At the end, and you know what? In season 3, she's the one that put the battery in McNulty's back to go do the foul shit to Daniels. You know, we ain't gonna act
Right,
like,
right, right.
he didn't say, nobody like you wouldn't do that, would you, McNulty? That ain't you, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, her getting shot, that scene, I know we said Stringer and Avon was probably the most intense scene. That one is, if that's number one, well, this was 1A. Like,
Yeah.
if we want to, it's probably them two scenes, them Avon and Stringer fighting and Kima getting shot, in terms of the intensity level. Like, that was such, and I told you when we watched it and did our recap, as many times I seen this damn show, I was like, damn, they shot Kima. Like, I was like, damn, I was damn near sad for real. Like, that's
And
definitely.
the whole episode leads up to it. She's at the bar reminiscing.
Yep.
She finally gets a smile out of her fiance.
Yep.
Of the story of so it's all leading up to the danger of Kima being a female on the force,
Yep.
and it's a big
Even with Bubbles.
foreshadowing. I with Bubbles. Oh, there was 100%. Even with all that, now I'm even if you told me, nah, that's just a rumor that Kima didn't die, then I'll be like, no, the script calls for Kima to die at the end, and they changed the last. Because you're right, the Bubbles thing, everything foreshadows for Kima to die at that moment. Yeah. But I'm so glad she didn't, and I love Sandra San. Check her out on the show Will Trent with Ramon Rodriguez but yeah.
Yeah, that's top tier. That scene alone is the epicenter, I think, for everything else that happens pretty much in the whole show, kind of thing. Like, that scene is, because if that scene didn't happen the way it happened and Kima died, how different would The Wire have been? What, in every direction, if Kima had got killed, where would we have gone with the show? What? I don't know. That'd have been probably, I won't call it too dark for David Simon, but I wonder how he would have wrote the death of a cop into The Wire. Can you imagine? Like, kind of thing. Like, what? That would have been, because even in season 3, when what's my man's name? They got shot.
Prez killed the cop.
The cop that got shot.
Dozeman.
He didn't even die. We don't see the death of any cops in The Wire. So if David Simon and Ed Burns had written that in there, wow, what?
Well, we do see the death of a cop, but done by cop. Prez kills a cop.
Yeah. Oh, we do. You're right, because Prez killed the cop. You're right, but he wasn't a character in the show, kind of thing. Yeah, you're right. We do see the death of one cop. You're right about that. Good catch. So now let's go. We're gonna go back to season 4, and we're gonna go to Marlo getting robbed by Omar. Okay.
Classic,
This
man.
is
I
this
could,
is
yo, we could do a top 10 of Omar scenes alone, right? And they
bro
will all be iconic.
without question. Like even the scene when he's in jail and they open it. That's another great open, another cold
Yeah.
open. I know we putting
Yeah, yeah,
that random episode together for the fans and stuff, but
yeah.
that open right there when he stabs Buddy, he put the shank, he stabbed him in the butt. Like he shanked him in his butt. Like he was like, Buddy was not gonna survive. He was gonna bleed out right there. He died.
Yeah.
We stabbed.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna make it out. Like, you know, and the whole
Yeah.
jail was like, oh shit, nah, we ain't fucking with this dude. We're not messing with Omar. Like, so that scene
So
right there is legendary too. But him robbing
this scene is
Marlo,
so this scene is so poetic for numbers of reasons, right? We haven't seen Marlo get sunned. We haven't seen Marlo get talked back to. But throughout the season, Marlo keeps losing at poker to these old guys.
yep,
You know, he even I think I always wondered like why didn't he just kill the old guys? And I think he does mention to Chris, when I get bored with them, I might send you.
yeah.
You
I
know,
might just if I keep losing, I might just see you in there and
yeah,
just eliminate everybody. You know,
there's no off limits to Marlo, but you know,
no,
these guys joke on Marlo losing in poker and tell him he's getting. So the one time he's actually getting the advantage in winning,
here come
Omar
Omar.
comes in and robs at that moment. That's so. So then you know that whole, and then you want to hit on that body, you better hop too. And
You better get
boy,
to
you got
it,
me
kind of thing.
confused. The boy,
He
you
said,
got me
"Man, you got
confused
me
for a man who
confused with
repeats
somebody
himself.
that repeats himself, young man. Like you know, he put the gun right up to his chin, like and like you think I'm
And
gonna
then
bug this shit?
and Marlo's going toe to toe with him. Marlo's like, "Where the hell?" He's
Where the
like, "No
hell?"
doubt."
He said
He's
this ain't
like,
over.
you know,
He said
yeah,
this
this
ain't
ain't
over.
over. He's like, "Oh, that's how you carrying the shorty." Like, oh man, that I could watch that scene over and over. I
No,
love that scene.
that's another one of my scenes too. When I'm watching it, I'm rewatching it 8, 9, 10 times anytime I'm watching the episode because it is. And you can see when Omar leaves, Marlo is fucking pissed. He's like gritting his teeth. He's like, he's
Yeah,
pissed.
yeah,
But also too, when he talking to Chris, he like, hey, we just gonna put the bounty out and somebody will get that motherfucker. Like Chris was like, you sure? Like
yeah,
Omar he ran rugged around this town trying to chase this man down, and all he did was a little weak. You know,
yeah,
he ain't
yeah.
just nobody you can catch slipping like that kind of thing. Like so, it was that scene definitely. It literally set up season 5 essentially for their relationship. You know, that robbery is the first of everything kind of thing. Because from there you get Marlo sending him to jail, and then Omar gets out, and then he robs the whole commission's stash. You know, I get the whole supply, and then that leads into season 5, and then they kill Butchie. So like that one little robbery scene right there, that poker game led to so many events. And I said commission, I meant the co-op. The co-op.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that one little scene led to so many moments. So that's definitely a good one. Let me see where we got 2 left, and they
Do we ever
both.
see Marlo get put in his place after that? I don't think so.
Nah, hell nah.
No.
Because it was season 4, he was operating all off of everybody else was petrified of Marlo in season 4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was even season 5 for that matter. Like,
Well,
you know,
Omar kind of gets the best of him once more when he robs the shipment.
no, for sure. For sure. He definitely does. He definitely had him, one up, you know, and if not for Kennard, you know, he probably still would have been chasing Marlo crazy around the damn city. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also one of the few holes in the wire is when Kennard kills Omar, because Omar's not limping in the gas station. He don't walk with a limp into the gas station, you know. But I guess
Continuity. Yeah.
they felt like, yeah, we're not gonna reshoot this, or you know, kind of thing. I don't know, but he doesn't limp into the gas station.
But
He's
sometimes the
walking.
continuity supervisor or the continuity writer, who I actually reached out to, I found a continuity writer on IMDb. Um, they have so much on their plate that it's kind of like this gets by them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but yeah, legendary scene. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish with season 5, and it's 2 scenes. No, actually, you know what? We got one more before season 5. It's actually for the next breakdown that we're gonna do, and it is Omar testifying. Actually, you know what? Let's finish with that one. We'll finish. That'll be our last one. We'll talk about that one last because it'll lead into our breakdown. So these next two are both from season 5. We've got Carcetti finding out about the serial killer. Okay.
That's
Legendary.
amazing. The whole
Legendary. He
the
can't even
whole
speak.
storyline is the whole storyline is almost worth it just for that moment. Like,
He
yeah,
can't even
I
speak, Jesse. He don't even he
yeah,
like
but there's so much to the scene too that I don't like. I watch this scene. This scenes I watch over and over. So that, do you notice that McNulty's ex, the lawyer, fuck, what, forgot her name. The
BD
lawyer,
Russell?
not Beatty, the one that's with Daniels.
No, not BD Russell.
McNulty,
Perlman.
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 Perlman is like so Perlman, right? She's like so when Daniels is like, we plan on prosecuting them, like Perlman throws in there like, you know, if you do that, this whole Marlo case will collapse. And then, so I kind of feel like she was protecting McNulty a little bit too, you know. And then
Oh, I
Daniels kind of,
have never thought about
yeah,
that.
yeah, watch it again, like when she
Huh.
throws it out there. And then I think, and Daniels even throws her a look like watch it again, bro. And I'm like, she was like, and I feel like she did it kind of to protect McNulty also, because you know you always have that love for somebody, like,
Yeah.
and at least that's what I got out of it, right?
Hmm.
Um, and the whole just like,
That's an interesting nugget there, Jesse.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I I,
Hmm.
I love that. I when I watched that scene, I'm like, yo, Perlman is protecting McNulty here,
That's an
because
interesting
Daniels
theory
is
right
like,
there.
and that's why I really never liked Daniels that much, because like he knows why McNulty did it, but he wants him behind bars. But he, like, you know, nobody really got hurt behind this. Like, if the mayor's telling you let it go, why can't you just let it go?
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that Carcetti just threatens them with like, if this gets out, you guys are
You
taking
too.
the blame for it. He's
And he
like,
was talking to me. He wasn't talking to Daniels either. You know, he
no,
was
he was
talking.
talking to Daniels and
Uh-uh.
Rawls.
He was talking. He was talking to Rawls and the attorney Bond.
Oh,
He was talking to them two.
okay.
He wasn't talking to Daniels. He was
And
not
then
talking to Daniels. He was
Norman's
talking to
whole,
Bond.
they manufactured a way to get paid. We manufactured a way to get you elected, all over some bullshit, you know. And Carcetti's like, you two drop on your sword, so help me, you know.
So help
Carcetti
me
steals
God.
that scene. The
He
actor
does.
that plays Carcetti steals that scene, man. You
He
know, like
does. No,
that
he
whole,
definitely does. That's a
but that
great
whole,
that's a great scene.
that whole
And probably one of the
what?
best cold opens. That's probably a top 10 cold open of The Wire, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe,
for sure,
maybe. Yeah.
for sure.
And
Yeah,
I think for
I'm gonna send it.
sure.
Watch it again and tell me if you see what I see in Perlman.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna see.
Well,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it today. And I think for sure, this is for me, like when I'm ranking shows in terms of what I look for to give a show like, okay, this could be one of the best shows of all time. Like it's gotta be, to me, it's gotta be, you gotta have moments that make you potentially cry, moments that make you laugh, a good plot, and it's gotta be, to me, I like it to be more than 4 seasons, if possible. And also the ending of the show. If you have a week, and I haven't watched Game of Thrones, I haven't seen it all in totality, but I know for a lot of fans, they were like, that ending was terrible. Like, it was terrible kind of thing. I've
well,
heard
there's a
that
reason. Yeah,
multiple
I
Game
mean,
of Thrones people.
I didn't mind the ending, but so the show got so popular, but the show is based off of a book. The writer got like writer's block, and he never finished the second
Oh,
half of the book. so they had to continue the show without the book. So the best seasons are based on the book,
Got it.
and then when it gets a little weaker, it's the writers who
Because it's
still
not
do
in
a
there.
good enough job, but nothing like the book. But yeah, but Carcetti he plays a good character there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. So we got Carcetti finding out, and we got our last two, which is also one of
You
the
two drop
saddest.
on your sword, so help me. I love that part.
Yeah, he. That's one of my favorite episodes from him. Is the series finale. The
Yeah.
scene with
Oh
him
yeah,
throwing the remote at the TV.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
rewatch that at least 8 times when I watch the series finale. Like absolutely love that scene because I be thinking if he didn't do it right the first time, how many TVs did they fuck up to make it to make it right?
All right,
Like
maybe that's something we could ask Bob Spore tomorrow. We got Bob Spore, the prop master for a couple of the seasons, I think, and he was the co-prop master. But yeah.
that's a good one. That's a legendary one. We're gonna go for our last two. We're gonna go the Dookie and Michael scene in season 5 when Michael has to drop Dookie off at the heroin addict's little. I don't even know what do you call that, bro. Is that like a
You call it what's it
what
called?
is that?
Trap
Shit.
house.
Trap? No, yeah, I don't even. I felt like there was something else for it, like a stable. A stable. It's a horse stable.
Oh,
He's in a
okay.
horse's stable, right? I think. It's
Well,
I don't know. I
it's where
need
people go. It's where crackheads go when they take vacant buildings. They
okay.
occupy vacant buildings.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
Bunch
that's
of
a I
homeless.
mean it's a abandoned building, abandoned house. I just didn't know if that was like a stable or a horse stable. I don't know. But that scene where he takes him to where the junkies
Yeah.
are and Michael can't even remember, he can't even remember their summer. He like last year, man, what how I don't even
I like that
remember
whole
that.
like I I also like that Dookie's like he's like, come on, man, I know what they're doing in there. Like don't try to play me as some stupid.
Right.
Michael
I
really
know
Michael
I know
really
they're getting
loves
high in
Dookie.
there.
I love Michael and Dookie's friendship. How Michael used to stick up for Dookie
He did.
when
He definitely did, bro. Gave him
when he told
somewhere to
Spider, he
live.
said, stop fucking with Dookie.
Why you
He
fucking with
said,
dude? That was his
yeah,
that was his dude, man. They
that was
definitely
his
had
man.
a good love for each other. They had a
But
great
yeah,
relationship.
it's crazy because you got to think only 2 years have passed, right? But Michael's innocence is completely gone. Like Dookie's like, yo, you
Out of there,
remember what
bro.
you are?
It's out of
He,
there.
he's
It's
a
out of there.
he's a murderer. Like I think and somebody brought up on I wrote I watched like a TikTok of Michael on the Wire,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody said Michael was like a free agent. Like Bodie tried to hire him, Cuddy tried to get him, Marlo tried to get him. I was like, yo, that's
Everybody
everybody.
wanted damn. Oh shit. Everybody
Yeah,
did want to rock with Mike.
yeah. Because in another world, Michael could have became one of the best boxers, right?
For
This
sure.
people
He
that
had them hands. For sure.
because Cuddy's based on Calvin Ford, Javante Davis's trainer.
Okay. I think we did know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, heartbreaking scene, man. Heartbreaking scene, legendary.
Definitely one of the toughest scenes. And I mean, like I said, I don't remember everything from my childhood, but like I'm quite sure if me and 4 or 5 of my friends was throwing piss balloons at some crew, I ain't really gonna forget that moment. I
No,
don't
but you
even
got to remember how much time has passed too. If you get asked at 19 something from when you were 17, you're probably going to remember.
right.
Or when you're like 16 something from when you're 13, you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun." It's the short span of it, If he's not asking an adult Mike what happened, he's like, "Hey, you remember
Right.
like a
Yes, a
couple years?"
kid. It's only been in the shows, the actual show's timeline. I don't even think is it 2 years in the show? Like from
I
season 4
feel
to
I
season
feel
5?
I feel like it's been like 2 years because
Okay.
Randy's already established in the house,
In the group home.
in the group home.
I'm trying to remember from
Naaman says
season 5 if they say
Naaman's doing
last
the bait.
year or I'm just trying to remember in my head.
I mean,
Like
it's
in the,
either a year.
it's
It's
either a
either a
year or
year or
two. I think
2
it's a
years.
year for sure plus. So maybe not quite 2 years, but definitely more than a year. I think for sure
Yeah,
because they said they've been sitting on Chris and Snoop for a year for sure. So
yeah,
it's at least a year. It's at least a year. But yeah, that's a heartbreaking scene right there, man. And then when Dookie looks back and Mike is gone already, and even the scene before when Mike has to drop off his little brother that leads into
yeah.
that scene, that's a tearjerker too. Like he's man, Mike. I don't think they'll never bring the Wire back, but Mike, a show about Mike to see whatever he got into after the Wire, like as Mike, would be a dope show because he was
You know
essentially
what?
turning
Something.
into Omar. He was like
You know what?
Omar,
Something.
like at the end.
Yeah, he wasn't the new Omar. You know what? Something that's been making the rounds on Twitter too. They've been comparing Tyreek St. Patrick to Mike, like who's
I
more
saw that.
street smart. And
I
I
saw
was
that.
like, you can't even. I was like, but you can't even compare the both shows because The Wire is so much more realistic in my
Yeah,
eyes. Like,
it's not they just kind of look alike, and I mean they not. Mike wasn't. He had his own corner. If you want to, and as somebody that is an avid breaker downer of both shows, okay, it's not a comparison. First of all, as much as I love Tariq, and that's my boy. Like I defend Tariq online and stuff like that. Like folks to be talking about his like I hate Tariq just because he killed
but I
Ghost.
feel like I feel like there's also two different Tyreeks. There's the Tyreek and Power that was the spoiled brat that wanted to be a badass, and the
Yeah,
Tyreek St. Patrick who became kind of street smart on his own.
exactly.
I
You're
feel
right,
like
bro.
I feel like the Power Tyreek and the Power Book 2 Tyreek are two different Tyreeks.
Yeah,
you know.
and that's what I was about to get into too. Like, as much as I love Tariq, first of all, he doesn't like he doesn't fight a lot. That's what people be talking about. Like, I mean, he always get his ass beat, but the kid also got I think it's 14 bodies on him. He might not, his hands might be a 0, but with the blicky, he had 99. Okay,
But that's also was so unrealistic to me. Like 14 bodies, that's ridiculous if you're watching like a realistic show. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
Tariq, he gets active now, but just to compare, Michael could fight too. So like when people were talking about how he would last long, but at the same time too, Tariq, like you were mentioning, Tariq when they wrapped up Ghost season 4, like in the last season of it, he turned into his father, kind of like so he was at the top of the food chain. Michael was never the top dog he had his own corner, but he also had to relay back to Marlo. Tariq was the king of all kings when the show wrapped. So it's a bunch of comparisons, but like you said, one is rooted in top tier entertainment, one is rooted in truth and realism. The shows, and I'm a fan of both of them. I got Power as probably number 3 or number 4 all time as my shows because of the whole universe. It's the whole universe that I'm included into it. It's fascinating for what they've done with all of those shows and what they're doing. So it's to me, it's a top 5 show. I don't know if I rank it before Top Boy or after Top Boy, but it's a top 4 show of mine for sure. So
Yeah.
and so our last scene, this is going to lead into, we're going to finish on this scene and it's going to lead us into the next breakdown that we're going to give to you all, is Omar testifying in court against Bird and taking a huge Bird shit on Levy. Okay, because he shitted on him. All right, he shitted on him on the stand. Levy was hot. He was smoking hot. Like,
So from what I recently said, from my what I think might be the best episode of the series, season 2, episode 6, all prologues, where we see a lot of endings to stories. We see the ending of Omar and the Bird trial. We see the ending of D'Angelo and Avon. We see the ending of Ziggy and Money. We see so there's a lot of endings here. That's why I think the episode sticks out so much for me. This specific scene is Omar. Omar told a lie with nothing but truths. Right? He
facts,
told all the truths of what gun Bird did it with. Bird is too
facts,
trifling. What he does
facts,
for a living. All the
facts.
murders he got. Like everything else was true, except for being right there when Bird shot him.
Exactly.
So So when he hit him with all these truths, the jury could see he's a genuine person. They're like, he's telling the truth here.
Yeah.
You know?
He even told the
And
truth about what he does for a living. Like, yeah.
right,
I
right,
think
right,
our
right.
people.
And the answers are so. I mean, you could, like I said, man, you could write a book on Omar. Like, you know, the whole and I don't think there's a person out there that could speak like Omar with the whole how does a man, you know, rob drug dealers a day at a time, I suppose, and live to tell about it. Like the no fear, like there's no man that has a perfect answer for everything.
He was like, well, where do you live? He was like, in the wind.
Yeah.
You know. She's like, how many times you been arrested? Shit. Olivia asked him, how many times have you been arrested, Miss Lee? Shit, more than I can count. Enough not to take it personal. Shit, you know.
And I love the whole. Yeah, go ahead.
I know we're talking about we're working on something special for y'all, which is a top 10 cold open episodes, which episodes have the top 10 best openings. That one for sure. I know you think that might be the best episode of the whole series, but that opening with the tie, with the dude, where he's telling the dude about the puzzle. And even I know we won't say the word on our podcast, but when he walks past Stringer, and Stringer is like, you know, and he does the little tie at Eileen Nathan, you know, that opening scene and that episode are just legendary. And the way that he was shitting on Levy, bro.
Well, this is another reason why we love Omar, right? Because we see all these people get away with shit that we want them just to get a little payback, and Omar provides that for us. With Marlo, we see him get robbed in the pit. Levy walks around like he's untouchable, and Omar hits him with the you got a briefcase and I got a shotgun. You leap to this street, and we see Levy get like look at the judge, and the judge is like, he's got a point, and we see Levy like pissed off, right? That he lost his case.
Bro, he slammed that briefcase, bro. He damn near knocked the locks off that bitch the way he slammed it. He was pissed. He just got shitted on like that.
So that's the beauty of Omar, right? He gets to right these wrongs, right? Like the Levy, the Marlos. So for just like a little bit, just a little jab at their own life, and that scene, that last line. And I love when Bird gets sentenced and he said, "Are you Jesus Christ reincarnated?" And Bird is like,
"Oh yeah." The judge was talking shit. He was talking king shit to him, like, and Bird was like, he was like, "Yep, see you in a few weeks."
Bird actually thought about answering the question, like,
bro, it's so crazy, bro. As we break down season 2. I don't think it's close. It is the funniest season. It has it has the funniest moments. It's not close either.
For sure.
It's the funniest season for sure. That in alone should make it to where it's not shitted on by fans. We know it's a classic. You know, only true Wire fans know that. But man, that is great.
There's one more thing I wanted to ask you before we leave. I forgot to ask you during the scene. Is Walter White's "Say My Name" up there with Marlo's "My Name Is My Name"?
For sure. Well, the thing is, "Say My Name" is pretty legendary. The intensity for Marlo is a little bit heightened. But the scene where he's talking to Skylar and he's like, "I am the danger." They probably neck and neck. I don't know. That scene is probably neck and neck.
I might actually give it to Walter White on that one.
That scene. And like, I know we floated the idea of what we're gonna do when we wrap up The Wire. Breaking down the Breaking Bad podcast, like it's gonna be, if we go through it, bro, it's gonna be something crazy. Like, it's gonna be,
I'm open to it, but I would rather stick with the Baltimore film crew. I want to finish that off first, but we'll
for sure. I just know we enjoy doing it. We kind of got like a system, kind of thing. It's like, well, The Wire isn't 1,000 episodes, like kind of thing. Eventually we're gonna get to the series finale, kind of thing. But I don't know. I think our breakdowns and how active we get into it and breaking down a show like Breaking Bad that has Easter eggs that you're gonna have to research and uncover, it's kind of right up our alley, kind of thing. That's kind of like,
Yeah. So
um,
I'm glad you guys tuned in for us, man. This turned into a fun episode. I
it
enjoyed
did.
it.
No, this is awesome. This is awesome. Appreciate you sticking in,
I
Jack.
hope
Sending our love to our boy Jack. We will see. We'll see you soon, my guy. And we just want to
I
give
hope
you
we
all
didn't
something on this day, and kind of let them know, Jesse, what we have coming soon. Let them know about the interview that we're about to put out soon. I haven't done any shorts for it or nothing, so nobody knows about the interview that we're about to release imminently in the next 7 days, probably. So go if you want to let the cat out the bag, Jesse. Let them know what interview we're about to put out for him.
Johnny 50.
Legendary. Okay.
Johnny 50.
Legendary interview.
We got an interview with Bob Spohr coming up, Alonzo Wilson, the costume designer, and a bunch of actors that we're just trying to schedule the right time. So interviews, breakdowns, episode recaps, so
we're
peace.
Coming,
I hope I didn't distract you guys too much when I relocated. I hope it came out okay.
Yeah, no, you're all good, man. I appreciate you today, man. Again, this has been Wiretapped Truths. We ask you please like, share, subscribe, comment. Please let us know if you all want to be on the show. We're gonna have multiple Wiretapped Truths random episodes as we go through all 5 seasons. So if you want to be a part of it, you got a concept, you want to come on and talk with us about The Wire, just let us know. Reach out to Jesse, reach out to Jack, reach out to myself. Reach out to us on the channel. If you see us in any of the Facebook groups, the Wire Facebook groups, message us, comment on our post. Let us know you want to be a part of it, because we're welcoming any and everybody that wants to go on the journey with us. So we appreciate all the love, and we'll see y'all next week for our next recap.